So here's the scenario. You're a farmer growing maize and soya beans out in the field. And then days go by, weeks go by with little or no rain. You're in the middle of a dry spell. Your crops are becoming severely affected by the lack of moisture. Your harvest and your food security are now at risk. You're trying to make a plan to irrigate your crops, but that is taking time and costing you so much money. You see a video on a WhatsApp group about something called mulching that is a simple and effective way of preserving soil moisture in your fields and helping your crops survive the dry spell. That is what happened to us here at Mondo Farms and to many other farmers across Zambia in February of 2024. On this quick video, we're going to share how we learned about this easy practice and then tried it for ourselves to help save a soya beans crop that was at risk of being lost. Stay with us. Many of us out there are on WhatsApp groups for farmers. Different groups maybe set up by the fertilizer company or the agrochem company or just general ones for friends and family or the people with a specific type of farming. But a video that kept popping up on almost every single group, farming group that I'm on last week was one that we can only define as viral. A viral video is one that spreads like a virus. It comes here, it comes here, it comes here, it just goes. This video was amazing. Well, actually, 3 of them. And what they did was they showed this elderly gentleman who looked like a seasoned farmer. I'm sure he's spent several hours out in the sun over the last few years or so. And what he was sharing on that video was something that they had done to some of their crops in order to prevent soil moisture loss. It's something called mulching. Okay, we need to talk about the word mulch. M-U-L-C-H. The way it is spelled, the way it is pronounced, it's very hard, very difficult for some of us with mother tongue interference. I have mother tongue interference from the Bemba side and from the Tumbuka side. So that word mulch, it's quite a challenge for me. It's pronounced mulch. M-O-W-C-H. We need to spend time because mulching is a very important agricultural practice that is used in many countries around the world. And I'm accusing you Zambians especially, you don't do enough mulching. And some of you are saying, don't be in mulching, nishi. Well, I had to look it up on the FAO website. And this is what it said. Mulching is the process of covering the topsoil with plant materials such as leaves, grass, twigs, crop residues, straw, etc. And what is the magic of mulching? Well, what it does, it provides extra ground coverage for the ground, so you've got moisture in the soil. There's actually water down there in the soil. It's very, very rare that soil can ever be totally dry, and our roots are down there trying to fight for all of that little pieces of particles of water down there, etc. And then the hot sun comes and says, "Wow!" What we would say, but the ground heats up, and then you get evaporation. And you are losing your valuable water. It hasn't rained for days, for weeks, and you are losing your valuable water. So what you do is you put this organic residue on the ground, and it helps to just keep things in control. And we watched that video in such a state of excitement, and we said, "Oh my goodness, this is like really easy and really simple. What can we do to emulate what this man is doing and what he's actually advising us?" And I spent all this time making this video. Anyway, we went out there and saw how we ourselves could start doing some mulching on some of the crops that we had, especially in places where we couldn't irrigate.
So we're out here at Westgate 2 Lokdi, where we are discussing on how we're going to mulch our soybeans, and giving an example of what we already have in the field. This is the old soya chaff that we left in the field last year when we harvested our soybeans that was here. and we can spot the difference in terms of the feeding, the nutrition, this soybeans that's here, how well the mulch, the soya chaff has covered, and where we don't have completely here. So, Bapethias, mwaiona. So, hivi vamene hivi va soybeans hivi mwaona mwevangalira kuvifaka mbali umso vienda vili mfield malaino iva soybeans hivi then tivi spreader vinkala. So zuva imenya simenya padoti monga mwipalili hapa ichaya hapa pali hivi then doti silu za mnyondo moisturizer, then at the end of the day mvula ole deza kaloka ole tashita irrigate manzi yankala munyondo susi. So mayona munga mwekulira uko kuside uko ka because iya peskati manzi yalipo nyambiri compared to kukwewoneka soko. So idea niyo tenga hivi vamene na vimatepo then vimauzu vimaflower then tipita mo mafield tivifakamo. So if advantage vizambo ola panga compost pe hapa vista add nutrition, then 2 foot vista protect kuzuwa so water retention manji very good. So tiza spota mafields kwetili navo hivi then tizaziwa utoni tifield ili easy kuyambirira hapo. Westgate 1 jani ngona kulikwina ngukwe viridi tinga vitenge tafifaka then nakuno taona i Westgate 2 na eve tabwera tabofaka nimwe tizashitira. So nkuvispota nikutukina nkwe mkumbuka kwetili navo hivi Westgate istina chose. Alaska yes. So nshi na kanisa kwamba kuvitusha kuvileta vitenga magaizi weni chamba kuvimbwembwesha chema line kwa sikulina vija vina ngopo paja da spread nshi kani amanzi tambuesa kumanje yemwetiza shitira ivangali sa matema itana bambo kudia, but as long as tavimbwembwesha
akai vile vimbwembwesha
ishkulibe na matema ita.
Westgate 2 block D ndiye kwa meta yambira kuchita mulching using iva soybeans vametenzo sharing last year machafu va soybeans. So ndiye vametichita mo mulching chitakuti pamena roka kwa mvura ichitandizireko mulching kusungako moisture ya pansi zuwa ichaya pamwamba pama soybeans machafu hivi. So ndiye vamene tichita.
So we're here at Westgate 2 and we continue working on the mulching exercise that we're doing here in our soybeans field. So as in science, this mulch that we're applying will provide a layer, this layer that will prevent soil moisture loss due to evaporation as the sun heats and temperatures rise. So in definition, it works for moisture retention. So we're trying to preserve moisture as much as we can in this situation that we're in, where we're having less rains. So we have our team here applying these raw materials for the mulch. This is old soybeans stalks, stems, leaves, and as the guys are working here, we have another team there with sprayers, making sure that we feed the crop. So we're applying a water-soluble fertilizer that's high in nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. So as you can see, in areas where we didn't have the mulch, we had losses where soybeans was wilting, but in areas where the weeds were left in the ground, you can see the results and how they've improved, and now they're benefiting from this cover here.
Hapa tipa Florida tu pantronga vama soya chafu masafi vani vienda Westgate kushita mulching.
Typical Florida. Miti longa ba soybeans pametendo shaira mulching. Tilipa bombe pameti tenga masoya chafu yameti friendo chitira mulching ku Westgate. Westgate 2 di soybeans variety kafu ai atandizika pa mulching ndahuti kanyondo kasirire aka tatenga ma days
Now, I'm going to be guilty of something they call confirmation bias. Confirmation bias means that you agree with something, so you will just agree with it and think it's a very good thing, and you're biased towards the confirmation of this one. Basically, I think mulching is a very good idea, and I think that what we're doing up at Westgate to do a little bit of mulching ourselves with the soya chaps from last year's soybeans harvest is going to be positive. So as the rain comes, we're quite happy that it's going to hold down the moisture, and we're going to have much better results and be able to get a little bit more life out of the little water that will be in the soil as well. We've also realized, I was with Pethias this morning, that there were some areas that have got a little bit of surface runoff and they're suffering from gully formation. So we really need to put the mulching in there, and the mulch will also help to stop that water, the surface water runoff as well, hold it down and let it percolate down into the soil. So we're hoping for good things from this one. Mulching is a practice that even those who can't irrigate can at least go out there and do, and it should, confirmation bias again, but have a positive impact on your crops.